Hello everyone, my name's Alistair Fairfield of SEN Plus Limited and welcome to my series of videos about using Capita's SIM system to create provision maps of your school's additional provisions. In this video I'm going to show you how to run the reports or some of the reports that you've imported to your SIM system. If you're not sure about downloading and importing your reports, just go to that video of that name. Anyway, so let's go to, no further ado, let's go to Sims. Here we are. Let's make sure we're in the right place for you to see everything that's going on. There we go. And so let's make sure you've got here's the start window. Now then, the very first thing is, if you want to run a report about the whole of your school, you can use this reports on the top toolbar. Okay, so if you run reports from here on the top toolbar, you will get reports for every single child in your school. So I recommend using this one if you want to run an Excel report, for example, of all the provisions of for all the children in your school. So if we go to reports, run report, you need to find your provision map reports, and the majority of them are going to be in this focus section. So you go to plus focus, it opens up students. Don't worry if you haven't got all these other ones. In this window here you can either scroll down using the scroll bar on the right hand side, or if you click in the window and press P, it will take you to my provision mapping reports, which all begin with PM. So here we are. I want to run one for the whole school. Notice that my reports either end in W, which means that they print off into a Word document, or they end in E, which means that they get dumped into Excel. So here we are. Let's choose one down here. Let's go down towards the bottom, and I've got one, November 2013, PM to a pivot table. So choose that one. It's an Excel report suitable to run from the top here. Double click. You can choose which dates you're going to run it between. I'm just going to accept anything that I happen to have in my system, and click OK. And you'll have to wait a little bit for Excel for Sims to gather all of the information to put into Excel. So I'm just going to pause this for 2 seconds while it does that. Okay, so it's done that now, and what you'll find is, if it doesn't come up straight away, that Excel will have opened on the toolbar at the bottom down here. So you can click on Excel, and the next thing you'll find is that, if I just go back up to the top again, is that nothing appears to have happened, but you have to enable content on this bar here. So you can see the button enable content, click on enable content, and it'll go off and do its thing again. And here we are, opens in Excel, and you've got lots of data to play with. So that's how you do it from the reports button on the top bar. Okay, from Sims. So let's go back to Sims again. Here we are. We've chosen to run report into Excel from the top bar. However, if you want to run an individual report, or run a report for a number of individual pupils, and you don't want to accidentally print off 300 reports, if you go to the individual person, if you click on the SEN module here, go to an individual person. I'm going to choose Stan Acton as usual. So I've typed AC into the find a student little search bar there. Click on the binoculars to search. Up comes Stan. Double click on Stan. Now you can't see this because I haven't got my recording screen big enough. But basically, here's Stan Acton. Here are all his details. And if you look over to the right hand side of the screen, if you look over to the right hand side of the screen. Just making my screen a little bit smaller so you can see. Here we are. Stan, you'll see you've got a number of links over on this right hand side. One of those says reports, about in the middle, just below history. Here it is. So I'm going to click on reports, and I'm going to choose an individual report for Stan. Individual provision, November 2013, that's my latest one. I'm going to choose that one, and look, it's got a W on the end. It prints out into Word. So double click on the one you've just chosen, and we're not going to get the whole school here. We're going to get one report just for Stan. We're going to take it to a meeting we've got to go to, or a parents' evening, or whatever. A little box comes up, convert file, RTF. Yes, that's what we want. So click OK. And if I just drag you down here, you can see that Word has come up. You see a little word up there. Okay, and if we go down slightly, you can see that here's Stan's report. You can scroll down through this. It's got all his provisions on, and perfect for parents' evening or structured conversation or whatever. It's got today's date and everything. So that's 2 ways of printing reports off from Sims. Thank you very much indeed for listening. I hope that was okay.